Hey guys, before I get started in today's video, I'm going to quickly show you how I remove my nails. I use a peel off base coat, so I pretty much just pop them off, but I'll show you what I do when some of them are on there really good. So as you can see, some of these were on there pretty good, except from this one. This one was on its way out, so all I did was just pull it off. It does feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it doesn't hurt. So the ones that are on there tough, sometimes I use my fingernail to kind of slide through the side, if that makes any sense. When I was doing it on camera, you couldn't really see what I was doing, so I grabbed my trusty floss so you could see how much of the floss was working its way down. Once it made its way, I'd say halfway down the nail, I just popped it off. I saw this floss trick a few years ago and people were just using it to remove their regular fresh sets. I also tried it and learned very quickly that I should not be doing this because it rips off some of the nail. Not entirely off, but it made these tiny rips on my fingernails and I knew it was bad. But if you have a peel off base coat on, it should be fine. Like, I've noticed it doesn't do any damage to my nails. I don't notice those tiny rips. There's no redness, there's no pain. But I mean, I can only speak for myself because this may not work for everyone. But when I'm done taking the nails off, I wash my hands and then wipe my nails down with alcohol. So to get right into this video, as you can see, I have a very festive box, lots of colors going on. But as you can see in this video, I won't be doing any polygel. Double Dip Nails were kind enough to send me this box of goodies, so let's see what we have. First are some designer nail stickers. I see Supreme, I see LV. I'm squinting at my screen, but I think that's all there is. There's some butterfly stickers. They also added some of these soak off nail clamps. There was also this really cute hollow bag, which I'm going to store all my dip powders and stuff in there. There was also this dip powder recycling system, which I won't use because when I use dip powder, I prefer to just stick my finger into the jar. It's just a lot easier for me. And there was also a brush. So now for the stuff that you need to do dip powder nails with. So this box contains all the liquids. And let me just say, the packaging is everything. I'm really loving the holo. In the box, there is dip base, activator, dip top, and brush cleaner. They sent me 3 colors to try out and I will swatch these. There was also an instruction kit in the box. This one is Soft Lotus, which is a really nice pink. Next is Mistletoe Kisses, and this one swatched looks different to the powder in the jar. Last is Mix and Mingle, which is the perfect shade of blue. At first, I wanted to use this color, but my winter nail sets will start next week, and I know I'm going to be using a lot of blue, so I was like, yeah, I'm just going to hold off. Here I'm going to show some side-by-sides of what it looks like swatched, and then what it looks like in the jar. So to start off this nail set, at first, I was going to glue some tips on, but the tips I had weren't the best, so what I ended up doing was somehow reverting back to the lazy girl method. I mean, I think I'll die if I don't do it in a video, but what I did was I adhered full coverage nail tips by using top coat, but before I did any of that, I used my Macart peel off base coat. So after I put on my peel off base coat, I just painted over that with top coat, got my nail tip and positioned it on top of my nail and awkwardly cured it. If anyone has done like the Après gel system, or if you've tried the budget way, buying your own gel and using your own full coverage tips, then you will know this very awkward struggle. They have like this really cool lamp now where it kind of looks like a basic table lamp, but it's really tiny and you just press the button and it just shines over the nail. Like, why didn't someone think of this years ago? That would have been so helpful. Anyways, I buffed the nail slightly so that the dip powder could have something to hold on to. So the color I decided to use was Mistletoe Kisses. I first started off by applying 1 coat of the dip base onto my nail. When applying the dip base, I don't paint straight to my cuticle. I like to save that towards the end. But once I'm done applying the dip base, I just dip my finger into the jar. When I take my finger out, I like to pat on my finger to get some of the excess powder off. And sometimes I'll go in with the brush just to get some more of it off. but I like to wait like 30 seconds before I go in with the brush because I don't want to brush too much off. And when I'm done, I just repeat the same steps all over again. I like to do 3 layers of the dip powder, but you can do less or you can do more. It just depends on how thick you want them. So I'm going to explain the technique I use for applying the dip base. So because I like to do 3 coats of dip powder, when I do my first coat of the dip base, I don't take it all the way up to the cuticle. The second time I apply it, I get closer to the cuticle. Then the third time, I take it up to the cuticle, but I do leave the tiniest gap so that there's no flooding. So that is pretty much the basics. It is really simple to do. Once you figure out that whole beginning portion of it, then you've pretty much got it down. I'm almost 6 minutes into this video and I haven't given you what double dip nails are all about. They are a woman-owned small local business. Their products are organic, cruelty-free and vegan. Quick intermission. So when I was done applying all the layers of dip powder that I wanted, I then sealed it with the activator. This just hardens the dip powder. Although they are called double dip, they don't only just sell dip powder. They have a whole bunch of other stuff too. They have polygels, and just check out their website. They have everything. And if you do check it out and you like something and you're gonna buy something, I have a coupon code. It's Phyllis20. So if you do decide to buy something, don't forget that code. But yeah, that is just a little bit about them. Now I'm on to my second finger, and all I did was repeat the same steps that I did on the thumb. So I did the rest of the nails off camera, and yes, I know it looks a bit wild, it looks really bulky, but I had to pull out my e-file for this, and my e-file was cutting through this powder like butter. Like, I got this done in a very short amount of time, let's say that. I was trying to think of how long it took me, but I can't think right now. There's like no brain cells in my brain. I just finished work and I'm tired. But for dip powder, you don't actually need an e-file. You can pretty much just get away with buffing it and moving on. But I think I could have gotten away with 2 coats, and maybe 3 was just a bit much. But after filing, it looked completely fine. I think I'm still going to keep doing 3 coats. When I was done filing, I added an additional coat of the activator. I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I did it anyway. Then I went in with the last step of this dip system, which is the dip top, and it's a top coat which dries in literally 2 minutes. So I noticed that my brush for the dip top was hard, and I was wondering, what did I do? Because off camera I was kind of messing around with stuff. So I'm like, what did I do? And I'm trying to think of what I may have what liquids I may have crossed, but I'm like, I can't think of it. So does anyone know what 2 liquids shouldn't cross, or just basically what causes the hardening? So next is the design. So I was really out of my element this day. Like, I don't know what was going on, but I was making really bad nail choices. So because of that, it resulted in a bit of a mediocre nail set. So I will be doing this again next week, and I'm going to do it even better. Not the same design, I'm just going to use dip powder and do just a way better design. Thinking about it, I don't think this set is mediocre. I think a lot of it is the length. I don't like this length of nail on me anymore. I don't know what it is about it, but I just look at it and I'm like, there's something about this, I don't like it. So I think it was that too, because I feel like if this was longer, I would have liked it a lot more. But all I did was just the gift ribbon design, and I repeated it on all my nails. And how it looks like I'm painting with ease, that was not the case at all. I had to do this so many times. Like, I would draw the line and it would be crooked, and then I'd wipe it off, start again, wipe it off, start again. For all of the mistakes I made, I probably wiped off my nails at least 15 times. It was getting really ridiculous at some points. But once I drew the line, I cured it immediately, because at one point I forgot to cure one of the lines I done, and I had spent so much time on the line, and then I moved. I think I went to go grab my phone or something, and then I smudged it. I was literally so upset. I was like, I know that did not happen. Like, I was just sitting there taking it in, like, I know that did not happen. And I've got a picture in mind of like how I was sitting there, and I'm gonna put it up there, but that was just a different type of pain. So once I was fully done drawing the lines, I put it in my bigger lamp to cure, and then I put some regular top coat over it and then cured that. So this is the end result. It doesn't even look too bad. I will say it looked a lot better in person. And I also want to say thank you to Double Dip Nails for sending me this. And if you guys like this video, like, comment and subscribe, and thank you for watching.